13 years ago in pop culture history, Frank Ocean dropped one of the best albums of all time. This is the story of Frank Ocean and his claim to fame. Frank Ocean's real name is Christopher Edwin Breaux, and he was born in Long Beach, California. His dad was a singer, and his mom was a residential contractor. When Frank Ocean was 5 years old, his parents moved from California to New Orleans, but then when he was 6, his parents divorced. Amidst the divorce, his grandfather Lionel became a huge father figure to Frank and gave him the nickname Lonnie, which he still uses today. Frank Ocean graduated high school in 2005 and then enrolled at the University of New Orleans to study English. But a few months after he enrolled, Hurricane Katrina hit and he had to transfer to University of Louisiana Lafayette. He attended college for about a year and then he dropped out of college to move to LA to pursue his music dreams. He worked different fast food jobs and service jobs to support himself, and then within 3 years he had established himself as a writer under the pen name Lonnie Breaux. And when I say established, he was writing for the likes of Beyonce, Justin Bieber, John Legend, and Brandy. In 2009, he joined a group called Odd Future. Remember, this is the group that Tyler the Creator was a part of. And then later that year, he met Tricky Stewart, who helped him to sign a writing contract with Def Jam Records. You would think this is kind of the dream, but Frank Ocean didn't feel particularly appreciated in this role, so he started working on a mixtape of his own. On February 6, 2011, he released his mixtape, Nostalgia Ultra, online for free. This mixtape was very good, and according to Frank, Def Jam Records started paying more attention to him after it came out. Also, as a side note, because this is one of my favorite songs on the mixtape, the song There Will Be Tears is actually about his grandfather Lionel, the one who gave him the nickname Lonnie. He passed away, and Frank Ocean wrote the song about him. But all that to say, this mixtape doing really well really opened the door for Frank Ocean to start collaborating with some really big artists. First, he collaborated with Tyler the Creator for his song She, and then he also joined him on stage for the 2011 Coachella Festival. And he also collaborated with Kanye West and Jay-Z for their album Watch the Throne. Just when we thought it couldn't get any better, a month later, a song called Thinking About You leaked on the internet. It blew up, and then the next year in April, it was released as an official single. And then from there, of course, came Channel Orange, which is still regarded as a highly successful album. It debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200 and also sold 131 copies in its first week. This album was certified gold quite quickly and also earned him 6 Grammy nominations. Since Channel Orange came out in 2012, Frank Ocean has lived a relatively quiet life. He went on a 14-stop European and Canadian tour back in 2013. He was also scheduled to perform at OVO Fest this same summer, but he did have to cancel last minute due to a vocal cord injury. It took us a full 4 years to get another Frank Ocean project. In 2016, we got Endless, which was a visual album that is estimated to have a total runtime of 140 hours. And then 2 days after the Endless live stream, we got the album Blonde, which debuted at number 1 in the US. And since then, we haven't really heard much from Frank Ocean. There was a really random fight between him and Chris Brown about a parking spot at a recording studio. And then, of course, he performed at Coachella in 2023, which actually left a lot of fans upset because he got on stage late and then had to get off stage early because of curfew restrictions. All this to say, give Channel Orange a listen. 13 years in the making, and this is still one of the best